Hello. Hey, Do. Thank you, Do. Hope you're doing well. Sorry, when you called before, Do, I was just headed out the door with the dog. All right, so tonight I chose a stamp set that is from 2 catalogs ago, I believe. It's been a while since the Cheerful Daisies has been brought up. And I decided that tonight I was going to use this stamp set. Don't mind me. Oh, here it is. I was looking for my washi tape because tonight I'm going to have to die cut some things. So we are going to be using Mossy Meadow and Pretty in Pink, okay? Oh, okay. She likes calling from the computer. Of course she does. And today we are going to work on 2 fun fold cards, okay? And I am going to actually start with, let me just pull my paper out. This one right here. All right. So we're using Mossy Meadow and Pretty Pink. And I also pulled out, so I could use the Pretty in Pink, the Lily Pond Lane 6x6 Designer Series paper. I'm just using the opposite side of the little ducks. Now, I'm sorry if my camera is a little slow tonight. I don't know what is going on, but it looks like it's lagging a little bit. So, all right. So we're going to use an 11 by 4 1/4. We're going to score that at 5 1/2. And let's just get all our pieces together here. So we have 5 1/4 by 4. We have 5 by 3 3/4. We have a piece of Designer Series paper that is 4 by 2 1/2. And then we have some Mossy Meadow 4 by 3, 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, and a basic white that is 3 1/2 by 2 1/2. Okay, those are the pieces that we're going to need. And I'm also going to have to stamp and die cut a daisy. So we're just going to pull out our trimmer and we are going to score this at 5 1/2. So it is our basic, oh, I have to get it again. It's our basic card base, but we are also going to score it again. I'm going to do it this way at 2 1/2. I think that's what I want. Let me just check. 2 1/2. What did I might have to cut that down. So we're going to score it again at, let's do 5 1/2, 5 1/2, 2 1/2. Let's see. Let me just see how much I want to score this at. So 2 1/2 is 5. Let's do 2 3/4. Yes, let's do 2 3/4. I think that's what I want to do. 2 3/4. Hopefully that's right. Yep. Okay. So we scored it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Sorry about that. Okay. So that is our card base. Hey, Karen. How are you? Hey, Casey. Hey, Sheila. How are you, ladies? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our designer series paper, and let's see, hopefully I have, oh, all my glues seem to be empty. We are going to adhere our designer series paper to this flap. All right. So I hope everybody's doing good. It's really cold here tonight, but it gave me the opportunity to put the oven on today, which was nice. I cooked in the oven. I usually don't do that. All right, so there is the front of our card. Now for the inside, we're going to put our pretty in pink on the inside of the card. And I'm doing this a little backwards. We're not going to add the basic white yet because I want to add something to it. Let's just make sure that's straight. All right, so then that's the inside of the card. You had soup. Oh, awesome. We had chicken. All right, so I'm just going to move that over, and we are going to pull out our little piece of basic white. Let's see where my silicone mat is. All right. And we are going to grab a sentiment, and I think we'll do wishing you the brightest birthday. And luckily, it is photopolymer, so I'll be able to see through it, right? We know how much I love being able to see through, and I think I'll do it in Mossy Meadow. And we're going to just take our sentiment and we're going to line it up right here on the corner. All right. So we have wishing you the brightest birthday. And we're just going to close this up a second. And we're going to pull out our piece of scrap that I have right here. And we're going to stamp some daisies. Now with this set, you can stamp the daisy completely, or you can just do an outline. And I'm just going to do the outline of the daisy. Now you can do a lot of different things with this. You could color it with blends, you can watercolor it, you could color it with pencils, and I have pretty in pink. All right, so we are going to stamp this daisy just like that. And I think what I'm going to do is grab the smaller of these daisies and I'm going to stamp it again. So you could watercolor, you could color it with your blends. There's a lot of different things you could do with this. I am going to leave it plain. All right. Now I am going to grab that little centerpiece, the inside of the flower, and I'm going to grab some crushed curry, and I'm just going to stamp the inside of that flower. All right. And we're going to pull out our dies. Let me just grab them. My dies are all over the place. But we want to grab... Oh, you know what? That little daisy does not have a die. Let me just check and make sure. Oh, here it is. I was going to say, is it? No, it doesn't have a die, or does it? Let's just check. Yes, here it is. Okay. I'm not sure if it's going to work. These daisies are a little different than the ones we had with the punches, okay? So I just want to see if I'll be able to layer this okay to make it look nice. All right, so we got to line our die up, and you might have to finagle it a little bit. And let's see, is that paper sticky? No, it is not. Let's get another piece. So how is everybody? Hope you're doing well. I was out early this morning. I went to get water because I don't like giving the dogs and the cats tap water, so I refill bottles with spring water. All right, so there's our daisies. Enjoying the weather? Yes. All right, so I'm going to just die cut this really quick. And let's see how it looks. So yeah, I went to get water this morning, and it was 33 degrees out. It was so cold. All right, so let's just see. All right, that's not too bad. Maybe we can put it this way. I am going to double it. That doesn't look bad at all. I'm going to grab some. I'll probably have to get some more. But I'm going to grab a dimensional, and we are going to, what the heck? Oh, here it is. We are going to pop this little daisy up on top of this large daisy. All right. So we're just going to pop it up just like that. And we have our sentiment. So we're going to put this daisy right here. But before I put it down, I am going to grab one of the leaves. I think there's only one leaf stamp. Get one of my small little blocks. And we're going to pull out our Mossy Meadow. And I just want to get an idea of where our flowers are going to go. Okay. Let's put our leaves. Whoops. I missed the top of that leaf. I missed it here too, so let's just see if I can't get that fixed. All right, so we have some leaves on our card. Let's close this up. Grab our daisy, and I'm actually going to add my glue right here and put our daisy down. All right, so I'll let that dry in place. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, we've had frost too. How crazy is that? And I think Monday it's supposed to be in the 70s. So remember these little pieces? We are now going to adhere these together. layer them up. And we're going to grab our daisy piece and add a bit of glue. And we're going to add that right to the center. All right. And then we're going to center it on the front of the card. Now you have to remember, you don't want to add glue to the right-hand side. You just want it on this left-hand side. So we're just going to add some glue on this side and center it on the front of our card. I'm just going to lift it up so I can make sure it's centered. All right. Just like that. And then we're going to grab our inside white piece. And we'll grab these little flowers. Let me see if I have an additional block here. I'll use this one. And grab our pretty in pink. And we'll put them in that top corner and in this bottom corner. I'm not going to do anything on this side because that's going to be showing, right? So let's just turn it over, add some seal. Ah, I got green on it. Let me see if I can find my eraser and add this to the inside of the card. Let me see if I can find my eraser. It usually doesn't get put back, so it could be anywhere. All right, so here is our first card. Just a quick and easy fun fold. Yeah, it is a pretty combination, right? Just a little different. I like it. All right, so let's go to our next card. I'm just gonna, I gotta add some water. I just want to clean these stamps off because we're gonna need them again. But I gotta get out my trimmer again. All right. I do have mine already cut, but I want to show you just how we're going to do it. So we're going to start out with a card base of 8.5 by 5.5. And we're going to score it at 4 1/4. All right. So we're scoring it at 4 1/4. Now, before we take it out, we're going to pull our blade up to the top and we are going to cut right where we scored, so we haven't moved our piece yet, and we're going to cut it down to 1 1/2. Okay, and then we're going to pull it down here and we're going to cut it up to 4. And you know that you're cutting it to the right spot because you'll find 4 on the ruler and there's a little notch right here. All right, so we cut on our score line. Now we're going to turn it, and I'm going to turn it this way, and we are going to cut it at 1 1/2. So we're going to line it up at 1 1/2, and we're going to cut it up to our 4 1/4 score line. So we're just cutting that piece out. And I am going to now pull it down or turn it around and do it again. We're at 1.5, and we're going to cut down to our 4.25 or our score line. All right. So we cut out these 2 pieces. Thanks, Paula. How are you, honey? Thank you, Sheila. All right. So this is what we are left with. And we are going to fold it and give it a burnish. Now, when you're looking at your card base, if it looks like you have part of your score line still showing, you can just take a pair of scissors and just cut out that bump. All right. I'm just going to trim that off. Same thing with this side. We're just going to cut off that bump. Just like that. All right. Now, what pieces do we have? We have quite a few pieces here. We have a basic white that is 4 1/8 by 2.5. Now these are my pieces that I cut off. I also have, and I just dropped one, so I'm going to get it. We also have a pretty in pink 4 1/8 by 2 3/8. Here's the Duck Designer Series paper, but I'm going to use the back side, and it's 2 1/4 by 4. Then I have 2 pieces of Pretty in Pink that measure 4 1/8 by 1 3/8. Then I have 2 pieces of Designer Series paper that is 4 by 1 1/4, and I'm going to use this side. And then I have my favorite punch, and I think it's going to fit. If it doesn't, I'll have to pick something different. But I did the punch, the double oval punch in Mossy Meadow and Basic White. Then I grabbed the circle dies from Spotlight on Nature. I just love these dies. So I got this one here, just taking out our pieces, and this is the circle that measures 2 3/4. And then I did another one in Pretty in Pink, and this is with the little flourishes on the ends. And I should have taken these out. And this is the one that measures about 2 1/4. All right. And then I die cut some sprigs. These sprigs are in the die set, and they're in Mossy Meadow. Oops. I got one little piece here there it goes. And then I cut out one set of leaves. Let's see if we can't get this out. Oops. Sometimes they're just a little hard to get out. I have to change my plates, that's why. There we go. The leaves are just a little bit delicate. So we're just gonna get this centerpiece out of the leaf. And again, I should have done it beforehand, but I didn't. All right, so we have a set of leaves. All right. Now we can put our card together. So we're back to, and I see a little piece right here that I want to get rid of. All right. So we're going to start with, before we do that, let me just pull out our scoreboard again. Now we scored it at 4 1/4. All right. So we want to now score it at 2 1/8. We're going to just score it right in half. Right here. Okay. And we'll probably do it again after we put our paper on. So let's grab our 2 skinnier pieces. All right. And we are going to add some glue. And it already clogged up. And we're going to add it over here. You want to just make sure it's on there straight. All right. And then we're going to grab the other one and add some glue. And add it to this side. All right, just like that. Yeah, they are pretty, aren't they, too? I love them. I have these scalloped, the layering circle dies that are retired, but I like these too. All right, so now we're just going to lay our designer series paper on. And I'm going to grab this one. And let's add it onto this side. And you want to just try to get them on as straight and even as possible. All right. Now we're going to close this up, and I am going to actually adhere this designer series paper to this piece here. And I am actually going to pull my scoreboard back up. Let's see what this is measuring. 4 1/8. So we're going to score it at 2 1/16. We're going to just score that really good. All right. And fold it in half. Now we're going to grab this piece and we're going to add some glue. And I'm going to actually line it up. Whoops. Scoot it over a little. We're going to fold it. Scoot it over a little. There we go. All right. So we're just going to let that dry. And it'll fold up very nicely. All right. Now we can grab our dies. And I'm going to actually pop this one up. Let's see, do I have any left here? Yeah, we have enough. So let's pop up this pink piece. I'm going to get my pokey tool. I'm just going to add some dimensionals. and line this up right there in the center. Now this piece is going to get centered on the front of our card. And just like the other card, we want to make sure that we keep the glue on one section. All right. So I'm going to actually add my glue so I don't make a mistake. I'm going to add it right here. And I'm going to grab my die and center it on the front of the card. Just like that. All right. So let's let that dry for a few minutes. Let's pull in our piece of scrap and the silicone mat, and we're going to stamp the daisies again. We'll do it the same way we did on the other card. We're going to just stamp the big daisy. Let's grab that little daisy. All right. Let me see if I can. It pulled out some color for some reason. Let's see if I can't get it cleaned out. I want to get a nice clean stamp. Okay, that should be good. Ah, yes, much better. All right. And again, if you wanted to color it in, you're more than welcome to color it in. I'm actually going to leave it. I'm going to grab my crushed curry again. I'm going to close up my pretty in pink. And we're going to just add our center to that daisy. All right. Just really quick. Let's grab our dies. I'm going to have to die cut it again. Line it up. I think it goes this way. And a bit of washi tape. All right, let me run this through quick. And be careful I don't rip my flower. There we go. There's one. And there's two. Let me put these in the package before they get lost. All right, so now we have our two daisies again. And we're going to grab some dimensionals. I don't want to lose my pieces here. There it is. It's amazing how these pieces like fly all over the place. All right, so let me grab some dimensionals. And we got a few little pieces left here. And we're going to again pop this daisy up. So we'll just grab one here and put one here. And I think I'll put it this way again, right in the center. All right. And then we're going to take this daisy and we're going to add it to the center here. Now, before I do that, I am going to grab my little sprigs and add some glue. And we'll put one up here. We'll take the other sprig it down here. And then we're just going to adhere our daisy with some glue right to the center. Now at this point in time, we could add some embellishments. So I'm actually going to grab some of these pink embellishments. Let's grab this one. And we're going to put one there. We'll grab a pink one and put it there. All right, so we have some embellishments. We have our greenery. Let's move that out of the way. I want to see if one of these stamps will fit on here. And I don't think it's going to. Oh, you know what? It's just going to fit. Give me 1 second. I want to just clean it off a little bit. So we're going to use the one that says, "Your friendship means everything." All right. So let's oh, here it is. I was going to say, what did I do with my mat? So we're going to use our Mossy Meadow. And like I said, it says your friendship means everything. And I want to make sure that it fits on our little oval. And it does. All right. We're going to close this up. We're going to grab our scalloped oval. Let's add a bit of glue. And layer that right on. Okay. We're going to grab our piece of scrap again. And I'm going to grab that little daisy. And our pretty in pink. We're going to do one more. So we have one more little daisy. Yeah, that's true. You could do it in red. Color it up in red, and it would be a really pretty poinsettia. Poinsettia. Let's put the center in. All right. So we have another little, don't want to lose that sentiment. I'm going to grab that die again. And my washi tape. We use this. We're just going to cut out one more little daisy. So give me a second. All right, so we have our little daisy. All right, let's pull our card back in. Now, we're going to open this up. Remember that piece of basic white that we had? We're going to take this basic white, and actually I'm going to use the seal. Let's add some seal. And if you don't want it to stick down right away, let's just add a bit of glue onto this seal. It'll just give us a little bit of wiggle room. All right. We're going to line this up in between the designer series paper and the mats. Just like that. And we're going to grab our sentiment. Let's use up the rest of this, or at least part of it. And we're going to pop this sentiment up inside the card. And the reason being, we want this to be our stopper for our card. All right, so we want to put this right about in the center, and it's going to hold up our piece. So this way you can put your card on display, and we're going to grab these leaves. Let's add a bit of glue and add it to the back of our daisy. And let's add a bit of glue to the back of the daisy. And we're actually going to add this on this basic white, just like that. All right, so it'll be closed in the envelope, and then it can be displayed just like that. And this is what it'll look like being displayed. All right, so I hope you like these two little fun folds today. A little different, right? Different colors for sure, and very easy to do. So thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed these cards. Please hit that like button on the way out. It helps with my videos being shown. So hit that like button, and I will have a blog post with all the directions tomorrow. And thanks, Karen. Thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks, Sheila. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Bye-bye.